Hello everyone, welcome to the hilarious speculation competition. The main character silently thinks him the kidnapper extraordinaire, but no one believes me. Just as he tries to explain, the freed crab top guy comes to settle the score, because being tied up too tight was his break. The three are in a chaotic fight when blue clothing guy rushes and shouting, "Someone's outside, not the kidnapper, it's a soccer kid." Everyone rushes to the window, spotting a little boy kicking a soccer ball, while a grown-up is distracted fixing a car. They all yell out, hoping the kid calls for his parent. The kid seems to hear them, but gets so scared that he forgets his parent's phone number, hops in his car, and drives away. What a bummer. Meanwhile, to their surprise, the police unexpectedly receive a signal from the tracker, making them feel that the situation seems to be becoming somewhat more complicated. Officer Goatee nearly crossed paths with the kidnapper, so he and the team leader decided to turn into detectives on the case. But when they chase to a gas station, they find the kidnapper has placed the tracker in someone else's car. Classic misdirection. The police speed off towards the factory in frustration, while the folks at the factory are close to losing it. Flat Top looks around, sulking at the ropes and marks on his wrists. The more he thinks about it, the more he convinces himself he picked the wrong kidnapping. The group regroups to discuss the kidnapper's strategy when suddenly Handcuff Guy declares, "I've regained my memory." Instead of sharing everyone's identities, he reminisces about his childhood friendship with the main character. One of his clearest memories was when they all sailed out for an adventure as kids. Sadly, they ran into a storm, got lost, and almost sent him to the ocean floor. Thankfully, the main character jumped in and saved him, rallying everyone to band together. They eventually made it back to shore after days of puzzled by his story. Flat Top seizes the moment. Exactly, we must unite now. After finishing his dramatic tale, Handcuff Guy suddenly stops breathing, as if sensing his time is up. His final words sent the main character into a spiral. Although he recalls being a kidnapper, he really doesn't want to be the bad guy. After all, thinking about his daughter makes him believe he's a good person, further solidifying his resolution to not do anything wrong. Realizing this, Flat Top turns to the male lead and says, "We can't engage in those bad deeds. Of course, not including you." Meanwhile, the police quickly confirm the kidnapper's identity as a drug gang from San Diego based on the clues. The lead officer decides to contact the drug unit for assistance, and he glances at the photo of his daughter on the lighter. The main character finally resolves to be a true good guy and quits the shady job. Everyone teams up to prepare for the kidnapper's return. Once they are all set, the kidnapper's vehicle arrives just on cue. At this moment, upon seeing his sister in handcuffs, Siding suddenly recalls the kidnapping meeting he signed up for and is reminded of all his past. It turns out he's actually a kidnapper himself, and he can't help but feel a pang of regret. As several kidnappers step out and enter the factory, Blue Clothing Guy jumps into action, ready for battle. However, Siding aims the trap at the main character. Awkward moment incoming. Help. Siding didn't expect friendly fire, giving the main character and Blue Clothing Guy a chance to strike back. They swiftly take out the two goons in the chaos, but Flat Top has somehow ended up in the kidnapper leader's clutches. Seeing this, the main character switches tactics, pinning Blue Clothing Guy, ready to take them all on. "You look like a scorpion," the main character thinks to himself, "so I really was the one mentioned on the phone." The kidnapper leader is furious and disappointed with factory chaos, a case of rushing in blindly. These deadly criminals can't even keep track of two hostages now. That's just embarrassing. Just as the kidnapper leader exits, the main character suddenly recalls the whole kidnapping saga. They ambushed the Kesslers in the parking lot and even knocked out a security guard. Ouch, that hurts. Next, they brought the duo to the factory, only to discover this was actually the Kid Apocalypse Championship, and the Kesslers narrowly escaped at the same time. In the midst of a brawl, Flat Top accidentally knocks over a chemical canister, causing mass chaos. As the noxious gas continues to spread out, everyone hastily dons their unconscious masks, and as they reflect on the scenes of the past, they instantly feel a profound sense of speechlessness and helplessness. At this moment, the main character's mind begins to shift. He really doesn't want to hurt Flat Top and Blue Clothing Guy, so he makes up his mind to convince the kidnapper leader to spare them. Before he can speak, the kidnapper leader hands him the gun, insisting he handle the hostages, and then everyone leaves with the ransom. The main character faces a dilemma, unconsciously glancing at the lighter, and flashes back to joyful moments with his daughter. The lighter was a birthday gift from his daughter, and unfortunately, she passed away due to an allergy. The thought sends him into an emotional spiral. Grief-stricken, he opts not to be the good guy anymore, gearing up to bring Flat Top and Blue Clothing Guy with him to confront the kidnappers. Despite Flat Top urging him to regain his moral compass, a few gunshots later, the night swiftly falls into silence. Meanwhile, Officer Goatee, still chasing the kidnappers, receives a call from his superiors, only to find out that the little boy and his dad reported the kidnapping. The boss hopes they can get there early to scope things out and warns them not to engage with the suspects. However, a kidnapper overhears the conversation and begins to suspect things to be off, considering they had previously escaped the police's clutches. The panicky kidnapper rushes to tell the leader, clearly nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. The leader is greatly displeased, suspicious that he's facing an officer, darkly musing, "Am I really staring down a cop right now?"